Asia champion. It's LawLiet. And in the bottom right, currently second best undead in the world with the DK opener. It's 1-2-0.
DK and ghouls. We see that more and more on Twisted Meadows, designed to be able to creep up a little bit. And yeah, LawLiet. Why no Warden anymore? I feel like I always saw Warden from him on this map, defeated the greatest in the world with it. Even happy in the past, but here now it is the Demon Hunter, way more reliable. That's also what he played against Infi on this map last week. So no Warden Spectacle yet. Perhaps going to be reserved only for Terenas.
Might be the case, if ever. We don't know. In WCG, he played Alchemist first into Tinker, so LawLiet unpredictable, I would say. Spawning next to the Merchant, so he decides to go for an old school engine of war creep at the Nulls. Interesting position here, pretty hurt, but he is super close to what 1-2-0 is doing, and that's a ghoul creep at the bottom left. The Wisp is already scouting that, moving in, could detonate against the skeletons or the Blight so far. He's careful, but the Demon Hunter's coming in for the arrest right away.
This play is super risky by 1-2-0.
Yeah.
The fast expansion has been one of his favorites for a long time, especially on easy maps like Echo Isles. This is Twisted. This is by no means easy. Oh my god, the detonate comes in. That's level 2 for the Demon Hunter. Last hit goes to the DK and the item. Could have almost stolen that perhaps with a mana burn, but the ghouls are forced back. The creep camp is still half alive.
That's rough. That's real rough. He's getting connection to another ghoul here. Oh boy. An absurdly great early game for the Korean. Trying to block him there once again to put some more damage in. And now what? 1-2-0. You need some dark unholy magic to get out of this position.
Wow. What a crazy opening by 1-2-0 on this map. It looked like he was hoping on the fact that he wasn't gonna get scouted, but LawLiet had eyes everywhere on the map thanks to the Wisp. And when you're playing against 1-2-0, you always have to make doubly sure you're not slipping early game and that expansion might go unnoticed. Is he gonna pull through with it? 1-2-0 is trying whatever it takes to pull up this expansion. He's not teching, and guess what? Against it, we have double Ancient of War from the Night of Sight, and Huntress is coming.
I thought so too. This is a cool strat because you can go for mass hunters for mass pressure against the expansion. You could also move out of it and go mass air, maybe. So this is a very, very solid foundation for the LawLiet tactics. Can he get the last hit? That would be in... Oh, wow, he did, right?
Yeah.
Oh my god, still no level 2. He needs this trapper so bad, and he gets it for the aura. Now everything is a little faster. The Demon Hunter is a little more endangered and gets surrounded right away.
It's gonna force the TP really early. This is honestly possibly quite the problem. TP's out last second. Moon Juice is full to the brim, so he can heal up once again. And the Huntresses are shown.
Yeah, I thought so too. Was that a mistake to show it that early? I think there was no scouting from 1-2-0 before. Okay, now the skeleton confirms it. But okay, he knows exactly what's up. Problem with this Huntress is, if 1-2-0 makes it and establishes this second base exactly, the Gargoyle counter or even the Fiend counter is going to be super hard on Hunts.
Yeah, it's about weathering the storm here for 1-2-0, surviving until tier 2 comes out or more units, or at least a tower. Canceling that tower was so crucially important. It may have cost the TP, but perhaps worth it.
Speaking
Even
of
AP's coming in now.
Yeah.
Lots of pressure on this DK. 1-2-0 needs more ghouls from the main. He's getting them. But the DK seems to be out of the fight for a long time. Ziggurat finishes. And when that narrow is up, we all know how strong that can be.
I wonder if he's following this up not only with Hunters but also Glaive Throwers. Ghoul attention is on the AP, obviously. That's an easy cancel. Does to kill an Archer off. It feels like 1-2-0 is stabilizing a little. We don't have a second hero for LawLiet yet. This could be a Panda, for example, to apply even more pressure. Alchemist also possible. But more and more Archers are falling.
Second crypt for 1-2-0, getting ready to go into mass ghouls. Not that they do really well against Hunts by any means, but it's something, you know, and Fiends would take too long. But second hero will be coming now. It is the Pandaren Brewmaster. AoE damage, good against the ghouls. Not necessarily the strongest on level 1, but it's something. But if the second tower comes up, things are going to get more and more dicey. However, we don't have a graveyard, so only Narrows.
Yeah, it's only slow at the moment, but with a couple of ghouls, one slow can lead to one surround, and then there's no TP, there's no staff. This is definitely dangerous for LawLiet, but look at this Huntress block. It's pretty sweet. Dances in front of him. Can't really do too much. Ghouls are pretty hurt, and this is an invite for the Pandaren Brewmaster's barbecue.
Demon Hunter reaches level 3 here, but is also low HP. This is not to be underestimated. Moontress is still looking good, but as you have time now to get into the main. Huntresses, speaking of main bases, pressuring into the undead one. Sacrifices the skeleton here, a ghoul that is. Wait, it was an acolyte, I think, actually. And with that is healing up again. Nice Breath of Fire, cancels a lot of the healing. Losing the shop would be painful for 120. But he's buying time, waiting patiently in the back for more ghouls, for the tower to finish. And LawLiet realizes he doesn't want to pressure in here anymore. At the expansion, it's only 3 acolytes mining. Now would oftentimes be the time for glaives. And okay, here we go.
Oh boy. This is more pressure against buildings, obviously, but it feels like it's 20 ghouls already. They could dive into the backline and just take care of the siege units. Of course, the Demon Hunter and the Panda and the Huntress have something against that, so it's a lot about positioning once again. We're trying to push this again with an AP backup, and then, of course, staff. He might need the staff a little earlier, though, as the Panda's getting surrounded 1-0, going full anti-hero here for a second. Mana for the Panda is still pretty good. Demon Hunter, the DK can't say the same about him. Very important movement here, but that surround sticks, and the Panda is in deep trouble.
Can he fight his way out? I think he should, but surround closed again. It's going to be the Panda going down. Only level 1 hero. He can afford to lose that one, but can't afford to lose a Demon Hunter. Almost got surrounded against the trees, man. That was so close. First glaive comes out, taking out the AP, and the Ancient of Wonders is a big deal. Gets rid of potions, gets rid of staff, and gets rid of perhaps the next glaive thrower as well, but no. Leaves that one alone. 1-0 falls back. He took a lot of damage on his ghouls trying to get this Panda kill.
Wow, but the control is pretty good. Yeah, he took a lot of damage, but did he get a lot of kills, LawLiet? I doubt it. Can he escape? LawLiet is trying to flank, trying to block, but 1-0's... Oh, okay, I was about to say 1-0's control almost perfect. Not anymore. So we're leaving with a couple of kills for LawLiet here, and at the expansion, glaive throwers are pressuring hard.
Yeah, more ghouls need to come in there from the main. LawLiet, 1-0, I mean, perhaps a little bit slow with that. Now brings out the ghouls. Lots more coming in there to help out. Ghoul production, ghoul production, ghoul production. Tier 2 has started, by the way, and a graveyard as well. So Garg might be coming at some point, but it's still going to take quite a while.
A player's forces are under attack.
1-0 again, coming in with ghouls from many angles. Panda has 1 Breath of Fire at the moment. Splitting into 2 groups, inspired by Vortex here, it seems. Ghouls looking for surrounds.
And so far, it's working. Crazy multitasking required now by both of them. Oh my, this Panda hits level 2, and the Huntress cleaned that one group. Maybe 1-0 didn't pay the biggest attention to that squad. So, in the initial push, we had 2 glaive throwers. Now, I think... one went down. I thought, is 3 the breaking point? But maybe Huntress and the Panda are enough already, and it is! 1-0 taps out. Too much pressure. 1-0 for the Korean.
And I expected a close match from them, and what a start here with a really, really weird game. 1-0 trying to expand close to LawLiet. That's pretty ballsy. You know, it's usually gonna work really well or gonna fall flat on its face. This time it was kind of the latter. You guys know their stats going into this match, by the way? They're like super even in series.
It's pretty much 50-50, right?
Yeah. In series, at least. So it's really cool to see 2 players very close together here coming into a match like this. But yeah, game 1, LawLiet kind of ran the show. Perfect counter to this expo. I love the choice of glaive throwers. Despite the repair rate, you know, those zigs did die pretty quickly on the expo.
All right, that Twisted is always like the weird map. We'll probably go into a little bit of a more standard approach for the rest of the series. Some time for 120 to recuperate and to come up with a new strat for his first map choice. We're gonna be back with map number 2 in just a bit. Map number 2 coming up. It's Concealed Hill between LawLiet and 120. And yeah, it's gonna be a whole different match, isn't it?
I mean, is it? with 120, you never really know. Like sometimes he goes into matches and we're like, it's gonna be epic, and then he's like Firelord first and like some random builds. It does feel like here there's a lot riding on this match, so he should be taking it very serious and trying hard. But you know, like we said, it's against his teammates. You don't really know what he's gonna bring out up until you see the starting build order.
Yeah, you know, I thought fast expansion, that's an Echo Isles thing, maybe a last refuge thing. The fact that he tries it on Twisted is already really, really bold, if not to say risky. If he tries to brute force it on Concealed as well, I'm seeing my bet and my coins both slip away.
It's, of course, very, very important to all of us, your personal losses there. But okay.
I know.
I'm curious what LawLiet will play here. Maybe the same strategy with Hans and AP pushes. This is kind of a moon approach against 120. But yeah, very hard to pretend what the name of the game is going to be. The players have to pave the way. And isn't that the beautiful thing about Warcraft, that we don't really know what's happening, that the builds are not set in stone anymore? I think that is absolutely the case. So we are loading in with a 1-0 lead of LawLiet over 120. Can he claim match points, or will we go down to a best of 3? Let's go. And the master of the early game builds will tell us what's happening, Remo.
And this is fascinating right here. So 120 moves away from Ghoul build. He's going back to standard Tet Fiends, or the so-called Happy build. And LawLiet is playing a neutral hero build order with the Ancient of War at the lab.
What?
We
This
saw this
is new.
sort of already at WCG when Moon played the Beastmaster against 120, and oh my god, did he get destroyed. It was this very map where 120 showed the old legend that he was not to be messed with. The thing is, a creep like this, a risky one, can oftentimes work out well in Night of Mirror, where both just agree, yeah, we're just going to be greedy and we're going to leave each other alone. Against Orc, where there's no scouting going on, and perhaps even against Human, where there's always early creeping prioritized for the human side. But Undead will be scouting, and if there's an option to be aggressive, will be aggressive. And of course, LawLiet is a masterful player. It's not like he forgot about this. He knows it's extremely likely 120 will be coming in to be aggressive. So with that in mind, how is he going to try to circumvent this? This is quite fascinating here to see.
Oh, looking forward to this indeed. Usually for Undead, you creep the orange right away. It's rather fast. But do you want to rush over to harass this now that you know of the lab creep right away? It's a pretty big map and it's a pretty long distance. But the answer for 120 at least seems to be clear. Let's go.
So is it Beastmaster or is it something else even more crazy?
Alchemist first again? Give it to me, baby.
Oh, he's going to the other tavern!
What? What? It isn't! What?
Oh my god.
Alchemist again!
And he's stealing the enemy warrior camp away.
Forces are under attack.
Whoa, what a
Oh,
curveball!
120 realized it too late.
He tricked him so hard. He tricked him so hard.
Oh wow.
This is really rare to see for Warcraft games, that a pro player, a top 5 player, has a completely different read on an early game like this.
Alright, 2 last hits to the Alchemist. He took a bit of damage from this. Oh, getting pressured by the DK. Don't think he can force the TP or anything. The Archer is here to block. Okay, nice little move by LawLiet. You know, he gets a little bit ahead of experience, steals an item away. But this is an Alchemist first. And you know, there's certain rules of engagement for Night Elf heroes. With Demon Hunter, you rush tier 3, you rush level 3, and then you harass. Naga creeps up. With the Keeper, you have to expand at some point. With the Warden, you have to get level 3 quickly, and then level 5 quickly, and then harass. But what are
Forces are
the standard set of rules for an Alchemist first, Neo?
Yeah,
What the hell?
I think in this series, we can now throw all these rules out the window. It's becoming more and more unpredictable. It feels like LawLiet is going back to this Alchemist strategy that he did. When was it? A year ago? Half a year ago?
Town is under
But in a different matchup. Never really against Undead. Oftentimes, this Goblin is accompanied by a Tinker, and it becomes really, really powerful with Acid Bomb and Cluster Rockets and just 2 very, very good heroes stats-wise. But I have no idea where this match is going. Like, absolutely no
player's forces
clue.
are under attack.
120 is going heavier into ghouls, by the way. This is number 6. 7.
Yeah, we're learning here together, guys. And the interesting thing is, how much experience do these players have with a style like this? Well, I imagine it should be LawLiet with more experience than 120, right? Maybe he plays it every now and then on ladder, but what does 120 really know about this? And how good is 120 at adjusting on the fly? He staffs home, and he's trying again to go for the expansion. This time it's a tier 2 exo, but look at the Wisp timing, man.
He's so good.
The Wisp timing, and the Archer's already heading north, perhaps in anticipation, or perhaps to creep. So the Wisp now sees the creep going on,
Forces are under
but LawLiet allows it to happen. Maybe feels he will be too late. He's going to creep up the lab, going to get him very close to level 3. I 120 by that time. His towers are going to be finished, and breaking 2 undead towers with a handful of archers, I don't think can work. So perhaps LawLiet has to try to think about a counter expand.
Yeah. The Alchemist is good in many things. Tearing down towers, not one of them. And you're right, he is a little too late to the party. Claws +9. The Lich will be happy about this. And the Alchemist gotta be careful of not being surrounded. He has a big potion, he has boots, but not level 3 yet. Surround, that was a rather easy one. And yeah, there's a lot of items, but no staff. So he's gotta fight out.
Oh, level 3. Time for Chemical Rage. Let's brawl, baby.
He's getting so good. The deeps are getting out of control. But he's gotta be careful. The Lich, he might
Surprise
not see him
Nova!
coming. Whoa! That wasn't a surprise. The right click arrives earlier. Maybe giving it up there and forcing a town portal, getting out of the surround for pretty much just the big healing.
And that's a cancel probably on the Haunted. Ooh, 1-0 if he had just patiently waited for the Chemical Rage to be over, but that of course was risky. That's a good cancel. Will probably cost the TP here for LawLiet. How expensive can the Undead make this for the Night Elf?
Chemical Rage,
Wait a
Acid
minute,
Bomb,
DK is
DK,
just
gotta
dead.
be careful. Oh, he's trying to block, but he's only blocking himself. Now the Ghoul might be a lifesaver. Can he reach the shop? Maybe. Tier 2 is done. Chemical Rage still running. Here comes the slow. Oh my god.
Oh, wow.
So sick. So close. And now he's surrounded.
2 archers died for this. It cost a big healing and a TP. Pretty expensive cancel of the Haunted, but at least he got the cancel. In the meantime, we have tier 3 coming in, and Gargoyle, by the way. One single Gargoyle, a token Garg, as some would say.
Some, huh? Are you thinking of someone? It's pretty good.
Always thinking of him, you know.
Always thinking of Meadows, of course. Pretty good to clean the fountains. And gonna be annoying, but of course the Alchemist can attack air. Little goblin on his shoulder throws some bottles. That should be fine for now. Dryads are coming in, a little bit more crowd control. And how far is 1-0 with this? Slaughterhouse coming now. No tier 3 yet. No level 3 yet. Lich is of course well equipped with the claw, but not overwhelming. Shredder coming in to help against this Gargoyle harass. But yeah, it's just one Garg for now, and I think production stops there as well.
1-0 at the shop. Seems like going for an invul potion would be quite prudent. This Alchemist's right-click focus fire is not to be underestimated. With the boots especially, he's hella scary. In the middle, getting the cloak. That's more damage. Dude, this is looking like such a Sonic game, I swear.
Damage! Yeah, absolutely true. You see it here. Like, average damage is around 47 or something. This is pretty nuts. Especially with the attack speed of Chemical Rage. Both creeping side by side. Biggest camp, of course, taken away now. And it's close to level 4. Is he just playing this solo Alchemist?
I guess so.
Looks like it, right? Oh, Acid Bomb
1-0
again.
did not buy an invul before. He might regret it now.
There's no potion at all. There's nothing. Staff out. Damage. Is it enough? Needs a big damage roll. Doesn't get it.
Those right clicks hurt though. Ayaya.
Ayaya.
Wait a minute, did he not acid bomb him?
Not sure.
Did you forget to? Did he just miss out on a kill?
A player's
Well,
forces are
anyways, the
under
DK survives. So it has to be Mountain Giants, right? Yeah,
Yeah.
Mountain Giants.
Already
okay.
on the way.
Mountain Giants coming with the upgrades, and then it's gonna be pretty much all in. Brute force your way into the expansion, kill the towers, kill the base, before 1-0 gets to 70 supply. Because if the undead does, it's almost hopeless.
An unbelievable game here. We're close to tier 3 for 1-0. Then we have an orb. Alchemist, of course, mega tanky, especially with that Ring of Protection. Almost 1k HP, 5 armor already. It's all pretty nice. The follow-up is 2 Mountain Giants is more Mountain Giants. No sign of an expansion, right? Nope, it's just moving well here. And where do you go? What do you do? I think 1-0 will not give him much time to creep.
A player's forces are under attack.
He's going to the enemy lab. Another big consumable here is very nice, especially big healing, big invul, I guess, what he wants. It also opens up sappers. Oh, an expansion on the high ground. 1-0 sees it instantaneously, though.
But on the bottom right-hand side, there's another one. So creating 2 threats at the same time, only one can be shut down, and feels like LawLiet is bringing in all the mind tricks, you know? Different first hero, 2 expansions at the same time. This is excellent Warcraft so far. Again, lots and lots of damage. So, both expansions might come up.
Yeah, interesting choice here by LawLiet, and I think he's making the smarter one. He's not trying to all-in push, which might fail, and he's not going to 2-base, 2-base. If he goes 2-base, 2-base against undead dual hero or triple hero, he's gonna be definitely at a deficit. So he's trying to make it to 3 bases. And in that case, it could work out. 1-0 still has a window here to cancel the tree in the middle. He's not doing it. He's creeping with the Lich. Oh, hires a sapper himself, but guess what? That one's probably gonna get spotted.
Oh, close. It's nighttime though. He sees it. What a waste. That's expensive. That didn't do anything. So here we go. Big Alchemist in the middle of all the fiends. That's a TP out right away. This was an expensive moment for 1-0. Sapper plus TP while he has 2 expansions coming up against him. It's not looking good.
Yeah, this was a big mistake. Why didn't he just go into the middle to cancel it? He had the TP to get out, as we saw right there. At the lab, he killed 1 High Priest. He didn't even get an item for it. This could very well be the mistake that loses him the game. If he just gets the cancel in the middle, he buys himself time. It's going to be 2-base, 2-base. He's going to be favored. But now it's 2-base, 3-base.
2-base, 3-base. We got the Scourge Bone Chimes for the Alchemist, which is exceptionally great with that attack speed and the right-click damage. And for the Mountain Giants, pretty good as well. Is it time for a second hero now? Tinker. The 2 goblins finally reunited.
Starting to look better and better for LawLiet, man. What a crazy game. It's taken forever to kill this Red Drake. Oh, and the Alchemist is coming in. Can you even kill that guy at the fountain?
I don't know. There's so much regen. Fountain plus Scourge Bone Chimes. 1 Destroyer about to go down against the creeps here. 1-0. This feels so overwhelmed.
Alright, he has Burrow though, and I guess he should be getting the Drake at some point. It takes a while, but he is gonna get it. Secures it with the Nova. Oh, reveal coming in. But it's not quite enough damage from the Alchemist alone, I guess. Didn't even see the item. What was the item? Lionhorn.
Lionhorn.
Okay, that's good. That's very good.
More Dryads coming in. LawLiet getting up to 60 supply. 1-0 as well. How much space can one hero create? He's forced into a TP by an Alchemist.
But 1-0 is also getting quite a bit stronger. He's got more statues coming. He's got A-bombs now in with Disease Cloud. But this is the best map against A-bomb Disease Cloud because of the fountains.
Yeah.
Tinker's gonna hit level 3 here in a moment's time. I can't believe 1-0 didn't go for the cancel on the high ground expansion. He easily had the window.
Yeah, not anymore. He has the vision now. There is reinforced defense, Nature's Blessing. So he can't just like easily blow it up anymore. And now we got a fight of Mountain Giants, Tinker, Dryads against this undead army. I don't know how much he can do. Acid Bomb, right clicks, and all of a sudden Mountain Giants do damage. Gotta be careful with the Tinker.
Oh, but he killed Tinker in trouble. Last second invulnerability potion. With that, he's going to be alive, at least for a little bit. Burrow's coming in nicely, but there must be a reveal coming in any second. Dryads falling, a few fiends as well. Lich in trouble also. There's an invul to protect that hero. Tinker somehow survived, but is certainly out of the fight. A-bombs coming in more and more, and they don't feel the AoE that much. The disease, of course, is starting to spread.
Okay, gotta heal against that. He has, of course, endless resources at the moment. 3 base versus 2 base in this matchup. Crazy to see. Tinker survives with 20 heals up now. Oh, there's still a Berserker. Didn't see that coming, I guess. More attack upgrades for 1-0 for LawLiet. He's getting up to 80. How far is the Alchemist? Okay, it's quite a bit away from level 6. Can he hold his Expo on the high ground?
It's a decent amount of normal damage here with 3 A-bombs. And what's coming next? More A-bombs and wagons and Frenzy Ghouls. 1-0 is bringing a lot here into the middle.
Can he hold against it? Is The Tinker ready for defense. The Alchemist definitely is. Nova against the repair. Cluster rockets help a little bit as they stun. He's forcing a TP out. This is close. This is real close. And cluster rockets again.
Oh,
preventing
my God.
the necessary damage. The mini stun of the rockets.
And again, a big mistake by 1-0. This DK wasn't so low HP that he had to TP out right there. He could have just simply secured the kill. But it seems like 1-0 is trying a few too many things and trying to be a little too flashy. However, it's not like he's super far behind or anything. He's got wagons. He's got Cannibalize coming in. The Ghoul's distracted on the left. And the tree healed up a little, but probably not enough. He's still going to get the kill after all. But imagine if he doesn't get this kill and loses the game because of it.
Yeah, he's bringing the meat wagons, as you said, that were missing before. Not too many wisps here, not too much repair. It's bringing in some time, but we're down to 2 base. And the 10 supply are gone from the tree as well, so LawLiet supply stack at the moment is making a transition, by the way, into bears.
Okay. The best thing against this army, of course, would be chimeras. I'm sure some people in chat pointed it out already, but they're really expensive and take a long time to get to. Not time that LawLiet has currently. He's trying to buy that time, poking and prodding.
We got, oh yeah, a wonderful rejuvenation now. Didn't get dispelled by the one destroyer we got. But yeah, this is gonna be a little bit of a question. How does he deal with the abomination? It feels like they're just moving forward. Of course, a little bit like Headless Chicken thanks to the taunt if they're activated in the right way. And of course, with LawLiet in control, that's the case. But still, they're soaking up so much damage.
The Dryades are pretty well positioned. Not too easy for the meat wagons to take him out, but over time they will take him out. And these meat wagons just getting not threatened by anything. Alchemist perhaps could try to take him out, but at the same time Frost Armor would protect them very well. It's a tanky army, 2 tanky armies battling against each other here. Mountain Giants or A-Bombs. What's going to come out on top? A-Bombs is supposed to be the hard counter, but the MGs are well upgraded. Oh my god, so many A-Bombs still alive, but hurt in the back. Dryades all soon to die. Starting to look worse and worse for LawLiet over here.
Where's your piercing damage matter now, huh? It's all about the big guys clashing. Oh my, crazy. Coil secures another kill. And if we look at the Alchemist experience, there's not much gain recently. Like, these abominations, they tank so much with the 2-2. And there's almost no progress for the Night Elf.
Yeah, 1-0 is looking really good right now. Kind of surprised not going into more upgrades. I mean, he's 2-2 already. By no means are those weak upgrades, but he's got plenty more resources, 80 supply. Seems like 1-0 could push the expansion right now and try to set up his own third base in the middle. Healing up at the fountain. Late game, so powerful for these kinds of armies. I wonder how much this fountain has to do with the decision of these guys to go for the tanks, for the A-Bombs and MGs.
Yeah, good question. It's so easy, like, especially for the Night Elf, it's so much easier. But he can't really reach, right? He's constantly under pressure. He constantly has to react. And it's so hard to react. There's 1,000 gold on 1-0, by the way. So even if he loses, he can easily reproduce. And how do you reach these meat wagons now? They already dealt 50% damage to the tree. The Alchemist has to do it.
Yeah. Finally, the wagons are getting targeted. This is something that I guess could have been done a little bit better early. We have Roar now in the mix as well. There is 2 destroyers, though. And killing these destroyers is really hard. Yeah, the Alchemist kind of, but there's so many calls that DK can throw out over and over. Who's also getting closer to 5, by the way, there's Death Knight. Rockets coming in, one after the next, and 1-0 feels there's not a very good fight for him anymore. He's going to TP out, keeping everything alive?
Pretty much, right? 80 supply, 1,500 gold, high ground expansion. Slowly but steady, he's taking a big lead in this game. The Alchemist doesn't scale anymore.
Cannibalize value at the graveyard, just the way Blizzard imagined it. Where is
it's like the Undead's own fountain by now. Here we go, munch time.
Nom nom. Looks really good, Neo. Just
wonderful.
as nutritious as my breakfast was. 90 supply almost now for 1-2-0. He's going into high upkeep. And on 3 bases, he can afford it. The Wisp scouted the expansion in the middle, but it's too late to cancel it anymore. 3-2 upgrades now on the Bears. A-Bomb still only 2-2. 1-0 still lots of resources remaining.
3-3 coming. It's in the works for LawLiet. Alchemist again. Can he deal with these destroyers? Then all of a sudden, the Bears become way more powerful. The Abomination so far with a little bit missing, but it's all about the heavy air.
And there's so little anti-air here that LawLiet can throw in. And of course, the cluster rockets don't hit these magic immune units. Destroyer damage not that high, but against heavy armor, it works out quite well. The wagons almost all taken out. Well done here by LawLiet, finding the fragile siege units in the middle of this crazy hectic fight. A-Bombs dropping low, Bears dropping low supply-wise. 1-0 lost quite a bit already. We have LawLiet still up at 80 supply. Perhaps he can reclaim this hill for himself, but the fight's far from over.
Yeah, it feels like he didn't lose too much yet, but the pendulum swinging Bears are definitely endangered now. Lich is getting 1 kill after the next. We gotta look at the Alchemist XP because the ultimate is just so damn powerful, especially against the big abominations. A little bit of hero focus now on both sides. DK, Alchemist, both in trouble. Lich says, well, that was a big nuke, but gets him out. Counter nuke with the rockets. Coil is ready.
Lich is in a bit of trouble over here. Does he not have Abolish? After all this time, that would be a crazy mistake.
He does.
Of course, hard to always use it perfectly in time. Oh, it's quite a few kills here. Going 1-0's way. 1 and 2 Dryads taken out. DK now level 5. Low mana. Even the Ancient of War came in. Took out the Acolyte there that was mining. The fight is still raging on. 1-0 way more supply, but completely dry on mana.
5.5 on the Alchemist. Will we see Transmute in this game? Tinker is still scaling relatively well, and especially like Robo Ultimate. These are 2 of the best ultimates in the game for LawLiet, and in comparison, we got 2 absolutely useless undead ultimates.
But 2 level 5 heroes, and that is very strong. Level 3 Nova now against the Bears, and the level 3 coils to consistently heal up the army. Acolytes coming in from the main because the main has expired. But Chims are coming, boys.
Yeah,
finally.
Exactly. I wanted to point this out as well.
Finished.
We talked about heavy air when the fight started, and the destroyers did a lot to the Bears. And now these chimeras are supposed to do the opposite on the abominations. Still 2-2. No third upgrades for the undead. 65 supply only for LawLiet. How much longer do the mains run? Or the mains are gone. Expo still running. 3,700 here. 7,300 here. Longevity for the Night Elf, kind of secured, but at one point he has to get the high ground.
It's such a hard choice now for LawLiet. When does he go in? How much time is he gonna give? How many chims does he need? Honestly, 2 chims only don't do much. They're gonna get Coil Nova'd, the destroyers come in, and that's 2 chims dead right away. So I think he needs 4, but if he waits for that, that's more time for 1-2-0.
Alchemist starts the harass. Of course, this is what LawLiet does best with the Warden, now with an Alchemist as well. 1 AoE spell and then a couple of right clicks, and that disrupts mining. But since it's not
decent
only
solo experience as well.
Yep. Tinker's coming in. Cluster Rockets, of course, great against this.
1-0 could attack the expansion right now. He's like, alright, you're spread all over the place. You're not ready to defend. Guess what? I'm gonna say hello to your tree.
By the way, there is no web.
Oh!
And if he gets transmutes, oh my god.
Yep.
It's gonna be rich.
Cluster Rockets again, taking out 1 Alchemist. Yeah, the web, that's a big problem. Here comes the attack. LawLiet, he can't really TP, right? His heroes are in the north, his army is in the south. This might just be a dead tree.
Does he have enough repair to keep it alive? Against Nova 3, it's not easy. He could kill all the Wisp with 1 single Nova.
No Nova yet. Here we go. 1 is still up. He's just brute forcing, right clicking. The Chimeras are out now, are revealed. Oh boy, that's a big TP. That's not a single kill.
Yeah, 1-2-0 sees the chims, gets out, and keeps everything alive, and now he can react.
Ooh, that's a big one. That's a big one. He didn't lose anything. It's still far away from Transmute. Still far away from level 5 Tinker. The tree has to move over. LawLiet has no income. He needs kills. He needs XP. Experience is worth 1,000 gold right now for this Alchemist. Oh moly, this damage!
What's gonna die first, the Chims or the A-bombs? Well, the A-bombs certainly falling really quick. There's a lot of experience for this Alchemist. Remember, he might get level 6 over here.
Nuke.
Oh my god, only one web coming in.
Nuke! Alchemist! Step out! Last second, yep, exactly. Second web now. One Chimera still raining in the air, dealing with the statues now. Fiends are falling rather quickly as well. 65, 65. Oh my. Tinker level 5 finally deals with the Chimeras. Alchemist is coming back into the fight as well. DK in trouble. He, of course, has no staff. Alchemist says hello in a bit with Chemical Rage. He wants this gone. Staff out, tries to acid bomb. Isn't enough. Well, can he tick out? Maybe. No potion.
Imagine if there was just one more cluster rockets, that would have been the kill, but it wasn't quite enough. One more Chim is left standing, but the destroyers will take it out over time. So hard now to deal with those Destros. DK coming in, he's got a few more coils, low HP, but a statue still left. The Shredder's going down. It seems like everything is falling apart here for LawLiet, but he gets to level 6!
Oh boy, yeah, transmute, bye-bye destroyers, so much gold now. Alchemist once again down, but staffed out again. What a
Tinker.
crazy game. Here's the Nova. He's kind of blocking himself, trying to staff out. There's the coil. He's dead. Level 6 on the undead. And another mountain giant falling. It goes back and forth.
Oh my god, dude, this game is nuts. All right, Neo. Now the question is, how good is Transmute?
Dude, Transmute can win games alone. Especially if you're outmined. You can just sell units and the cooldown isn't really that high. So you sell the enemy units, they spend gold, you get gold. It's a finger of death as well. Gone. And at one point, 120 will not be mining anymore. Of course, at the moment, he has 2 base and he's gonna be mining for a bit. But if you constantly sell units, I think I've never seen Transmute lose a game.
Perhaps this is the game. A third hero now being added. Dreadlord. Heroes, of course, cannot be transmuted. Not that good.
Oh, what about
the
this
Alchemist?
If he dies, of course, no transmute. No way. The Tinker is down already. And here's the coil. Avada Kedavra. GG. 120 wins this crazy game.
And Transmute actually loses. 120 there being on 2 bases towards the end. Great match. Really fun strategy that LawLiet showed with Tinker, with an Alchemist in the beginning. Some smart counterplay. But in the end, the undead heroes take over with Chims and A-bombs and everything.
I love the timing here. I've never seen Transmute lose a few moments later.
yeah. Cast the curse for sure. Well, there's always a first, even after 12 years of Warcraft casting.
That was a really, really sick game, though. Like, so many smart choices from both sides. It felt like LawLiet had completely outdone 120 in the start of the game with that choice of, like, stealing his camp on the other side. He was getting ahead with that double expo, but then 120 recognized you can't afford to lose a lot of units against this, because otherwise the opponent will reach Transmute early. So he went for mass upgraded A-bombs. He had 2 armor upgrade and 1 attack with mass A-bombs, and he wasn't really losing much in the fights. He was pulling them back perfectly. He was spamming frost armor on all of them. He had the fountains as well to fall back to after fights. And he just negated that experience for a very long time up until he finally broke the center. And then after that, I think LawLiet got a little desperate. He was trying to go for chimps. And the moment he went to the top is where I think he lost it, because 120 recognized he could go to the bottom right and snipe that base. And then the chimps were revealed before the fight. So then he was able to research web before the next big engagement. So all of this, like, really well executed by both players. It does feel like maybe some more rocket prioritization on the statues would have been better, but it's hard to pick too many mistakes from either.
This was absolutely crazy, and I can't wait to see where this series goes. We're down to a best of 3, map 3, coming up after 3 minutes. Here we are. Welcome back to DreamHack Fall Asia. First quarterfinal is on the way. And full throttle on the way. That's a great series so far, guys.
Yeah, it's been really amazing. Game 1 was like a little bit weird, you know, like we didn't see too many tier 3 units, so to speak. It was just all-out aggression and expansion at time. But Game 2, we saw those heroes getting higher levels. I think staying on 2 heroes was very smart by 1-2-0. He countered his style super well, and I can't think that he must have played against these too many times either, so that was very well done. But LawLiet, bringing the Alchemist out, I love that. Like, it almost worked. Sadly, 1-2-0 a little bit too solid for that to work, but he had these moments in that game where I was like, oh my god, this is actually going to work.
Where does it go now? Map is Terenas Stand. We've seen a Demon Hunter. We've seen an Alchemist. Is it time for the Warden now?
If there is a map for it, if we're going to see her at all, it will be here now. And I think we will.
Okay. Good prediction. I would go with that, but with LawLiet, you can never, ever, ever be sure what's going to happen. Maybe it's time for the Alchemist once again. This creative genius, we never know. So, we're down to a best of 3. Winner of the upcoming map claims match points and semi-final points. Let's go.
Our builds here looking very standard so far. It's a normal Ultra build by the Night Elf and a Ted Fiend build. No fast ghouls for 1-2-0. And of course our eyes are glued to the altar of elders. Is it the Warden? The Warden can have problems on many maps, not being able to reach level 2 quickly enough, not creeping fast enough, not getting Merc Camp support too easily, and being overwhelmed by the undead tier 3. But this map is perfect for the Warden. You get Mercs easy, level 3 easy, perhaps an expansion easy, and there's so many camps you can power creep her on.
Oh yeah.
And there she is, the Warden.
Man. The toolbox of LawLiet is endless, and this is maybe his strongest weapon. This is what made him famous, and this is what caused problems for pretty much every undead in the world when no one else really plays her against undead. Facing a DK, oh, of course. An Acolyte moving over, oh, of course. Maybe can cause some trouble here at the camp already. Items, consumables, mega important.
Yeah, the Warden, really fun hero, very different hero. You need to have played her a lot. She plays very differently from all others. She is very timing dependent. She has strong power spikes, but it can also get demolished if you don't play her well. LawLiet is the master of the Warden, the best in the world. For years, I was convinced that the Warden is not really competitive, more of a ladder strat, that the best undeads in the world are not beatable with the Warden. But it was 1-2-0 LawLiet himself proving me wrong in that legendary series against Happy, 2-0ing the undead from Russia with Warden on 2 maps. So if anyone can do it, it's him.
DK is starting off with a Lightning Shield as well, going for a Shadow Priest right away to have a little bit of healing against the Shadow Strikes, using a coil power creeping this super fast. Denied one though. Wait, he did deny quite a bit, didn't he?
He denied one of them, yeah. The level 3 guy. That does hurt. Warden gets it all, gets the big invul. The Shadow Priest is really nice though. This means the DK will have more sustain against the Warden, who will oftentimes try to focus on the Death Knight, but the aura is now missing.
For a little bit. Skeletons could possibly take out the apprentices, and okay, gets level 2 here already. Going to the middle, sniping the rogue. Warden, 0 skills used at the moment, not even picked, so could be a surprise Shadow Strike against the Shadow Priest. Boom, called it.
Yeah, want to take out that healing as quickly as you can. Good blocks though by 1-2-0. He's saying, if you want her, you're gonna have to go into Blink. And LawLiet does want it. Okay.
Not the mass damage build with Shadow Strike and Fan of Knives, but more mobility, which is of course very mana dependent. Mental of Intelligence, nice to have here of course. But yeah, mana for the Warden is already down. The Skeletons are blocking quite a bit. Good early by 1-0 as well, I would think there's a lot of eyes on the map for LawLiet. And of course, what makes him so strong, playing the Warden, is his creeping. The Engine of War is already in position for the lab.
Yeah, this is something that we see a lot from Night Elves nowadays, especially humans have become very good at not allowing this too easily, coming in for the creep jack. Will 1-0 also anticipate that the same way and look to be aggressive is the question. Gonna return the favor of the Shadow Priest's steal, or kill I guess it rather is. It's taking quite a while, but we'll get it in the end. And the Warden is still not level 3 yet. 1-0 seems to be quickly going into Fiends, so his aggressive potential is limited. The Warden just right now wants to creep up, get to level 3, and then control the map a little bit more, perhaps.
In the base of 1-0, we see a second Necropolis, so he's sure that the Warden is going for the Acolytes, trying to hunt them, snipe them with Shadow Strike and Blink, but he already has the perfect counter to it. And speaking of perfect counters, he's waking up the creeps, the Kobolds take out the Engine of War, and now creeping the Warden is becoming a big headache for LawLiet.
Yeah, the Ancient of War, I think, way too close to the creeps there. 1-0 punishes it, and this is a problem. LawLiet is a master at Ancient of War creeping. I'm sure if that had survived, he would have crept both the Renegade and the Enforcer camp up here. Would have been tons of experience, big items. But now, Ancient of War gone. Where does the Warden creep from here? She can go for the shop. Yeah, that's pretty easy. She can go for the natural. For that, she would take quite a bit of damage. But that is still far away from level 4. And honestly, she needs level 5.
Yeah, kind of, right? Also, the Hunter's Hall was a little late. Because of all the items, maybe, that he bought. But the Ancients of Lore are only coming in now. So this doesn't feel as crisp as we're used to seeing from LawLiet. Lich second, of course, Slaughterhouse as well. Still trying to get a little bit of something for that level 3. And then going for the Acolytes already. But yeah, he has a backup Necropolis. So this looks rather good for 1-0.
Great Wisp Scout right here. The Warden finally sees an opening. She can go for some ghoul kills there where 1-0 is creeping. He's out of mana. And that should be at least 2 easy pickups. There's one. Oh, and she gets the steal on the High Priest as well. On the Berserker, that is. She gonna blink? Are you gonna pull a Sonic? Hell yeah.
Let's go, Davai! Takes one out. Takes the second one out. Staff is off, cooldown in a bit. Oh, Coil saves, okay. Forces another Shadow Strike, but... Oh, wait a minute. Can he save that, actually? Nope, not at all. And now Staff out. Damage shouldn't be enough. There's no Nova, there's no Coils, so... It's getting better. Level 3.6, and still a lot of experience on the side of the map of LawLiet.
Yeah, this was a really big deal. Honestly, without those kills, LawLiet was in a tough position, but these ghoul losses now certainly slow down 1-0. He has to remake at least 2 of them. There's another 240 gold he has to spend that he would have liked to, yeah, save for other purposes. But the Warden still has the problem. Where does she creep? Her friends, the units, take out another green camp, but she's looking for juicier targets. She wants to find some more kills.
Yeah, trying to find 1-0 on the map, but he's very conservative with his movement, very careful. Not going to any labs where he would expose the army. It's just not ready yet. Using, again, a bunch of skeletons to creep. Warden has to go all the way across the map. Shadow Strike maybe to steal. Oh!
Wow.
Wow! Against Coil Nova, able to steal the Sasquatch. That's big. Still no level 3 DK.
And the Warden now is level 4. This is where she starts to feel playable. Now
So
level 3
harsh.
for the DK.
And creeping on the right-hand side. Again, the movement of LawLiet is very aggressive on the map, very offensive. Compared to 1-0's movements here. Sobi Mask.
The best drop the Warden can hope for, probably on the entire map.
It's now, of course, backed up by a bear. So Riju is kicking in. And 1-0 finally moving out. Finally going south for the first time, pretty much. Trying to steal some experience away as the north is becoming quickly, or empty quite quickly. Get a mana potion. That helps a ton. Lich inventory looks decent as well. Just Abominations immediately. Okay, he got Destroyer upgrade. Now going into Abominations. But this time, one base, one Slaughterhouse only.
Oh, this is just sniping items. Look at this. He's looking like Focus. Snipes
Yeah.
the one, goes to the next, goes to the next, and now goes over to the natural, snipes the next item right there.
It's pretty
The Warden
crazy.
can get the next item at the lab.
Always feels a little inefficient if you do a creep spot and there's like no reward really except experience. This is smart. He can just TP out in a bit. There's the next item, Pendant of Energy. Oh, that was a big reward from at least 2 of these camps.
1-0 is going to try to take a fight over here. His army is very small indeed, but a Dark Ranger comes in. And now the kiting for 1-0. How good is it going to be is the question. Destroyer in the middle of everything, getting focused right away. If that one's taken out, Riju can once again take full effect. But good Fiend kiting here displayed by 1-0. Can pop the big mana potion if he wants, and he does want it. Frost armor everywhere. We don't have abolished yet. It's so effective here, the protection on the Fiends, but 2 of them are about to die. It's almost level 5 Warden over here.
How is he always making it work? It doesn't really matter how bad your early game is. LawLiet finds a way to let this Warden shine. Mana is a little bit of an issue here, but that goes for both sides.
The statues here are really the key for the sustain. That Destroyer, if he can take it out, that's so much experience he would be getting. That's why he's focusing on it as much as he is. DK with a coil might not be getting in there in time. That Destroyer kill, oh my god! On like 50 HP, he barely survives. That would have been level 5 for the Warden, I believe. Or at least very close. Signs coming in now. There is no blink available at the moment. May have to go for the potion, but just barely walks it off.
Outmaneuvers the Dark Ranger. What a crazy series once again. Every match is delivering. Full throttle, no holding back. And all of a sudden, 1-0 feels a little dominant, doesn't he? He's just in the position here, stays on the map, stays close to the shop even to contest that. The Warden doesn't have any freedom anymore.
Yeah, the danger here also isn't just of the Warden getting out of control, it's also the undead heroes. If they get to 4-3-2, that is extremely powerful and a tough fight for the Warden to take. If the undead heroes become very strong themselves, the Warden will need level 6. Against which, for which he's not really ready at the moment, still far away. But this might be a good fight for LawLiet because there's barely any coils left on this deathmatch.
Right. Can we take the fight now? The Dryad position is okay. One falls, though. It's still trying to get this Destroyer, but we saw it in WGTL as well, right? 1-0's Destroyer control is probably the best in the entire game. Invo Potion Pop now wants to stay here, wants to force the town portal, but there is an Arc of Reincarnation, so this kill doesn't matter at all at the moment. Bears are trying to find another connection. One Abomination seems to be enough. There's no Disease Cloud yet. Here's the DK back, catches another Shadow Strike immediately. Wants this TP gone so bad, but the Warden also in trouble. Blinks forward. Oh boy, this so close coil! Double TP! Whew. Unbelievable.
Yeah, the reason both wanted to stay there so bad is whoever forces the TP can creep the rest of that corner of the map. Both have to TP in the end, so it's a healthy compromise. Just like you learn to do with your siblings. Well, I'm just guessing. I wouldn't know. But 1-0 moves out again. He was closer to that camp. He got decent experience there. The kiting by 1-0 was ridiculous. Beautiful play.
He's a really, really good player, man. LawLiet has had enough. Like, okay, with my Dryads, that doesn't work. I can't follow you across the rivers. So it's time for some hippos. And it's time for level 5. The lab is going to the undead, though. Scaling higher. Close to level 4 here. Close to level 3. Oh my god, these are big levels. And a Robe of the Magi. Not bad at all. He invested into a TP again. He got a potion as well. No TP for LawLiet.
It's going to be very close to DK level 4 over here, by the way. These skeletons can also be free experience. And the Warden jumps in, going for the Death Knight right away. Level 3 Shadow Strike. That hurts. Could go for Death Pact here if he gets one kill. One more kill.
He's looking for that.
There it is.
Yep, gets the bear. Skillet? Yeah, immediately. Better safe than sorry, I guess. The Dryads are melting against this Lich as always. And the spells take care of the bears. The army of the Night Elf, absolutely underwhelming. It's up to the Warden to make this work.
And here we can see the problem of the Warden late game. She's an okay fighter, but she's not as good, not even close as Demon plus Naga. As long as you make sure you survive her mana, you don't lose too much, the Undead will be favored. With the statues, with the kiting, a good Undead has a great potential to out-micro a Night Elf if he's only playing Warden, until she gets level 6. LawLiet's game rides on getting level 6.
Pretty much the same as with the Goblin Alchemist, where that could have been the game changer, which eventually wasn't. 1-0 is getting ready for an expansion, by the way. He's buying so much time in the south that he feels, alright, I can maybe go for the second base. I didn't use my second TP. I'm still good when it comes to consumables. I'm kind of safe on my heroes, so why not? Blocked at 60 here. Warden level 5.6. Shadow Strike again. He wants the big experience now.
A-bombs would give big experience. This Lich doesn't have Dark Ritual yet. That can also be a big help against the Warden. And with the next Shadow Strike coming in, perhaps he's gonna get a bit more experience here indeed. But the coils coming in, the statues healing over and over, killing off the A-bombs is not easy. Disease Cloud at least not on too many units. If the Dryads get affected, we of course all know how they can be in trouble. Oh, the Warden blinks across the map, saving the AP and getting cool kills in the meantime. Beautiful play that also exposes the main base of the Night Elf.
Yeah, there's so much happening at once. 1-0 expanding. LawLiet scouting. LawLiet reacting with an AP. 1-0 reacting with ghouls. And then LawLiet again with the Warden. Unbelievable. We go Fairy Dragons against the statues. Interesting choice. That's going to be the last one, or not even seeing the light of day. And the Undead is marching forward. He's going to defile all the Moonwells.
At least one will be lost over here. There's a ton of juice left, so the Warden can fight pretty well in her own main. She needs... One A-bomb is enough for level 6, I believe.
With the bonus experience, that might be true. It's not easy, though. Dryads are coming from the north. Bears are a rarity. About to be extinct. Level 3 on the Dark Ranger. A little bit more damage.
The Dryads, man, they feel the pain
from
the Fiend ranged army, especially this Lich with plus 16. Hitting like a truck. Even the Dark Ranger at this point isn't too bad. The Warden is trying her best with Shadow Strike, but it's just getting out-healed over and over.
Could go for the Fiends more. There we go. But that wasn't enough. Needs one more kill. In the meantime, he's catching reinforcements with all the herd units. So everything that 1-0 gets in arrives. Oh, there we go. Arrives at 50%. Here's the Avatar. Immediately, there's quite some corpses. Warden might be going into the Invo Potion very soon. Can use Blink, of course. Coil connects in the end. And now the Moon Juice doesn't look too good anymore. Takes out the Avatar immediately.
It's going to be daytime for a long time over here. One Moon Juice full. Uh-oh. The diving into the back. Coil Nova. Or Coil at least coming in. That was the Moonwell that was still full. There's a little bit left. LawLiet could go for a Moonstone right away. He should. He's at 50. Quite rich, actually, with 700 gold. 1-0 still with a bigger army, though.
No second try of an expansion. The AP is making sure of that. There's still potions. He's very rich. He's banking a lot on the Warden alone. There's pretty much nothing else. 1-0 is an upkeep pretty much the entire time. Oh, this looks...
Oh, the Dryad!
Yeah, exactly! Frostborn hungers. Can't reach for more, though.
Nova connects and the bear going down. Oh, but also one Fiend, perhaps even two Fiends. LawLiet finding more kills again. Also losing stuff in the meantime, though.
Avatar.
The statues are taken out. No more healing. That's the biggest deal.
Silence, dispelled. Again, the Coil Nova connects. Invo Potion might be forced soon. Lich in trouble. Lich in trouble. Used the Coil before. Invo Potion to save her. Needs healing on the Warden, but 1-0 has had enough. Level up. And yes, the... Oh, he got it. Invo Potion.
He timed it perfectly.
Exactly. And now the Lich is gone. Oh, that's expensive. Dryads with barely any HP take out units from 1-0.
Wow.
An unbelievable back and forth.
Crazy game by LawLiet. The fact that he holds on. I'm pretty sure every other Night Elf would have died right there, but he survives. He even gets the Lich kill.
Yeah.
The problem is, he's not really ahead. He's still down in supply. He got a good experience there. But beyond level 6, the Warden also doesn't really scale anymore against Undead. Whereas every level up for 1-0 is going to be crazy. Level 5 DK, level 5 Lich, level 4 Dark Ranger to a lesser extent. But 1-0 is still getting stronger and stronger. What LawLiet needed was get ahead earlier, get up an expansion, and then overwhelm with numbers. But 1-0 never allowed it. Despite that small mistake of losing the Lich, 1-0 is still far ahead in this game.
There's an Invo Potion on the DK. Nothing else. No transition in the base. I think it's time to expand again. Try to expand again. Maybe consolidate a little after this expensive tavern revive. Warden is looking for more
Players'
kills.
forces are under attack.
Is expecting an expansion here as well. Takes care of the necropolis. That will not do too much, actually. No supply block. Takes care of vision, I guess.
The way LawLiet wins this game is preventing a counter expansion, mining out, and him being the only one left with mining thanks to the Tree of Eternity.
Yeah, and then try to chip away units with Shadow Strike, Warden right clicks.
A player's
Blink
forces
Shadow
are
Strike
under
now.
attack.
Classic Warden play. Just this little bit of experience more.
Eer0 is running back to the main. Another way to deal with this pressure is just counterattack into the enemy main base, and yeah, realizes now that's the better play. Trying to force the Warden back that way. But that was a lot of good kills. Warden got level 7. The level 3 on the Blink really makes pretty much 0 difference. But it's, you know,
It's
some
stats.
stats, I suppose.
Yeah.
Under siege. A player's forces are
Again, the incredible Warden harass showing. So this is a little bit of an economy lead for LawLiet. And maybe he can make that work to establish a second base to buy the time for the tree to walk over to the natural. As it's only 500 left. 800 here for 1-0. Nobody really has the economy for a big transition or a big investment at the moment.
I think Eer0 should push right now, keep on trading, get more experience, and expand behind it, while the Warden is busy.
a player's forces
But
are
he's
under
playing
attack.
pretty passively right now. He's creeping the last few camps on the map. That's of course also more gold. Little.
It's about every tiny bit trying to save the wisp into a building to save the experience from the undead heroes. But yeah, it
Eer0
feels
is
like
missing a big timing. He could have expanded already almost a minute ago. He's got the resources.
yes, more than that. Also smart to kill all the ghouls, so there's no lumber income at the moment for 1-0. This expansion is pretty much a one-shot.
Alright, sending out the Acolyte now. It's a little late,
Yeah, he queued it
but
already.
he's doing it. And he's using this attack to distract from the Expo. But now, LawLiet has a pretty damn big army.
What is it? 51 only. Not mining anymore. Main base gone. Can he make the way over? 1-0 leaves him alone. Lets him do this.
Looking for a few more creeps. He's so close to DK5, which would be a massive help, especially for the A-bombs.
Well, I'm trying to prevent that, but no real chance. Tree of Eternity makes his way over. Slowly but steady. Gonna get that.
A player's forces are under attack.
Oh, one Fiend. That's a freebie. 1-0 not paying close enough attention, perhaps.
For
Oh,
a
he's about to
second.
hit level 5. There it is.
Okay, coil 3 is big. Sometimes doesn't make the biggest difference, but here, especially with Abominations and with the nuke being so important, this is grand. So, what do we get? Bears again, melting against the focus fire. Warden has to do the heavy lifting as always.
DK getting focused, but there's plenty of items to keep him safe. Bears getting taken out quickly. The Nova, there's so much mana on this damned Lich. But the Dryads are not so easy to take out. The DK, he was survived earlier with an Ankh, and now he will be again. But he was not there in time to save the A-bomb. Traded for a bear, however.
Only Dryads left. Mountain Giants now.
A player's forces are
We
under attack.
do have the transition ready. We do have the upgrades ready. Bear is roaming. Skeleton scouts for another Acolyte. So do the Spirits. Tree of Eternity is ready, but not entangled yet. LawLiet has to hold this.
It's not that many units that 1-0 has here, but it's all strong ones.
And all healthy ones as well. Statues are kind of running out of mana soonish. The Avatar was resummoned. Problem is here, there's never going to be too many corpses for the Spirits as it is in a Night Elf vs. Human match where always casters are dying, mortals are dying, militia are dying. Lich isn't
That
dying.
was close. Level 3 coil coming in handy right there. The Bears once again feeling the pain of the Nova. But the A-bomb's gonna fall. Needs to, Dark Ritual it.
Yeah. Mountain Giant is soaking up a lot of damage. And the Dryads are a little more safe. So this is forcing coil after coil after coil. Switching to the DK now. There is an invul. There's a TP. He wants to get rid of both of it.
You know, Neo, if you're running low on mana of statues, just make more statues.
Yes,
we have 4 statues right now.
The 2 of them are kind of dry. And they don't
but
really help in fights. Oh,
Morphing into destroyers wouldn't do much. The damage connects. The Warden in trouble. The blink out enough to save her. 1 coil only left on this DK for a little bit. It has to be used on the Lich. And now it's only the Dryads left by themselves. Not too much piercing damage from Fiends anymore. Oh, going for the DK. Warden staffing in. Has to be the invul. Has to be the TP, actually.
Right away, okay. Dust settles. Tree still up. Not fully mining. Used some wisps here to detonate. On the other hand, the Haunted Goldmine is established. We're back to one base. 25 minutes into the game. 1-0 had no lumber. Rebuilding ghouls now. And the Warden comes in. This is where she shines again.
I'm kind of surprised 1-0 didn't anticipate this move. Pretty easy to predict. Okay, 2 Acolytes taken out. Warden closer and closer to 8. Not that a fan of knives level 1 would do anything at this point in the game, but again, stats. DK with a new TP, once again moving south. Lich very close to level 5.
Yeah.
Not quite +4 intelligence there, but it's still pretty good. We had that already.
Level 3 coil, level 3 Nova. The Warden has high armor, but not the biggest HP pool. Can be nuked for sure. There's no invul on her. Not too sure if 1-0 snipes them here at the shop. DK only has a TP. And there we go. Finds a point to attack.
Alright, what do you focus? What's the right target? For 1-0, it's probably kite back, attack whatever is in front, and out-heal the Warden's mana pool. It's a lot of mana, though, thanks, of course, in large parts to the Sobi mask, which has been so helpful throughout this entire game.
It's a big mana pool for the DK as well, though, thanks to the Pendant of Energy. This is 5 coils.
Almost Lich level 5. You need only the Dryad. There it is.
Okay, hello Nova. 3 Shadow Strike on the Fiends, trying to take that piercing damage away to keep the Dryads a little bit more safe. But here you feel the ice-cold impact of Nova 3. Always a coil ready for these Fiends at the moment.
I wonder if you should go for a Meat Wagon, just to throw out the Disease Cloud.
Yeah, especially for choke positions like this would be amazing. Of course, a little fragile. Can be jumped on and right-clicked. Can't be Shadow Strike, though.
Yeah, he could use Frost Armor on it as well. The Warden right-clicks are okay, but not that crazy. Yeah, I think Meat Wagon would be a good idea. Takes out on the Fiend. Oh. Almost level 8. Not that it's doing so much.
Dodges it with the invul. But that's the invul.
Oh, and the Warden. What about her? Blink out. She survives.
Blocked herself a little. It feels like LawLiet is running out of steam. There's not much mana anymore. Trying to blink away to the moon worlds. How do they look? Oh, not good.
Oh, he can kill the Mountain Giant. 300 HP. Oh, why doesn't he chase?
Don't want to throw this game away.
300 HP is enough to kill it with a coil.
By being too greedy. Spirits always do damage against the statues, pressuring that a little. A-Bomb's Disease Cloud. No wagon yet. Does he start one? No, next Abomination. Sup?
I'm loving this series between the two men. They are very evenly matched. It's hard to tell who's ahead right now. It should be the Undead, but this is LawLiet Warden, who is level 8 now. Finally, our overlay is fully filled up with all 4 skill points selected.
Rarely happens, but okay. Oh, big Nova on the Wisp. So no mining, no income for LawLiet at the moment. Use the Moonstone down to 250.
The DK so much mana here for healing. A-Bomb, though, quickly taken out. He also doesn't want to allow the A-Bombs to reach the Dryads into the back to spread the disease.
He's doing a
Again, I
wonderful
think
job.
Meat Wagons would be a good idea.
Not thinking
One fiend
about
down.
it at the moment. Yeah, it's about every single unit here right now. Every tiny bit of experience, every single drop of resources that you force off of your opponent. The taunts are really nice as well.
Dude, this tug of war here on the left side of the map has been going for quite some time, hasn't it? Warden again blinking in. Another fiend kill. Oh, not quite. The level 1 fan of knives comes in. Tickles a little bit.
Takes out the statue. One abomination down. Counter nuke on the mountain giant. Those 7 supply gone. My lord, this is such a crazy back and forth.
Oh, silence on the warden. Quick dispel, blink out. Need to be so careful with that, man. That's level 3 Coil Nova. Gotta be very attentive of that. Mujos is not looking good.
Nope. He used the Moonstone already. Another 7 supply mountain giant out. I think LawLiet can't contest this anymore. He needs to find a way to get the undead off of his backyard here. Release the dogs. But how?
At least it's gonna be natural nighttime again very, very soon.
I don't think it's enough.
LawLiet, the one-woman show, the warden. Can she do it?
Entangled Goldmine once again at 50%. And now the disease is spreading. There's no front line anymore. No real front line. 1 mountain giant, 1 bear. Doesn't really count. And once again, he has to take care of these fiends. Doesn't work against Burrow. And so that's another kill.
Great play by 1-2-0. Going into a dangerous position there, but he kills the Wisp. He takes out the Haunted. He gets far ahead economically, kept everything alive, and then smartly just TPs out.
This is great execution of both races. Almost to the limit. Both are making the right decisions. Both are playing this very, very, very well. They always have the items ready if they need it. No TP on LawLiet still. He's trying to harass again. But does he have the time as 1-2-0 is pushing again?
Yeah, he's gonna get 1 or 2, maybe 3 Acolytes, but he's gonna have to come back. The Warden can kill Acolytes. She can't kill the buildings. She doesn't even have time to do that because 1-2-0 is back again. 1-2-0 is tightening the noose.
Only a spirit here. A single spirit harassing. How long can you withstand 5-5 undead heroes?
Yeah, Dark Ranger, speaking of which, gonna hit that level up right now. Also, that skill point not too impactful, but it's a bit more stats.
A bit more damage. As this game is so close, it's about everything. Roar once more, but also not the biggest impact. Going for the Lich. If a hero falls, the game is probably over. Not much progress for the Warden as every single unit is denied.
Yeah, and 1-2-0 can remake them pretty easily. He's got lots of gold. They're fighting for the items at the shop now. One going for the invul.
Yeah,
DK.
blinking in, going for the invul. Super smart. Only a heal scroll. And the fiends are kind of falling now.
Yeah, where are the coils by 1-2-0?
Every
He
chapter
lost
strikes
a lot
kill.
right there. That was not the perfect execution. He played
Another
it
fiend
mostly
gone.
perfectly. That was a mistake. Coil. There's another kill, though. That's a lot of corpses suddenly for this avatar.
And that's a lot of spirits indeed. LawLiet is burning through the moon juice though. Constantly going back into the base. Now a new target. That's the Dark Ranger. Of course, Frost Armor. There should be a coil as well. And there is. He can't find big kills. He's trying with the Lich again, but where's the invul? Not using it here. So close. He's down to 25 supply. That's it. 1-2-0 turning around. The Night Elf on the chopping block.
Warden has to get the hero kills now. And the Dark Ranger isn't enough. He needs to kill either the Lich or the DK.
Yeah.
Perhaps the DK the better target. There's nothing he can death pact at the moment. But of course, reinforcements are coming in from the main.
Coil
Nova
Nova.
on the Warden.
Silence can't blink. Needs the invul. Really wants to save, but he's playing with fire here. Can he still heal is the question. Disease Cloud caught her. Dude, the bolts on LawLiet! Jumping in with 50 HP, level 6 on the Death Knight. That's, of course, Aura level 2 here, making everything a little easier. Invul Potion runs out! And again, it's the coil, and again, it's the GG! 1-2-0 with the heroes. Does it again.
Great game, dude. Great game.
What a series. Wow. Woohoo! We're seeing LawLiet pushing the Warden play to the limit here, and it was so close. It felt like he was just missing, a little bit of something, some counter pressure. Maybe one single bear in the expo of 1-2-0 would have helped, but 1-2-0, like you guys mentioned very nicely, that most Night Elves would have already been dead by now, but it feels like most Undeads would have probably crumbled under the pressure and eventually lost the hero and maybe the game. Not 1-2-0. He stayed solid, kept on remaking statues, kept on remaking units. He didn't actually upgrade a single thing from his graveyard this entire game. He's just like, okay,
Wow.
those units, they're just here to keep you busy so you can Shadow Strike away while my heroes are going to do the work. They're going to out-level you eventually. And it was a 3-on-1. And the 3 heroes won this time.
Oh boy, things are heating up here. We're going on to map 4. It's match points for the Necromancer. You don't go anywhere. Welcome back to the excellence of 1-2-0 versus LawLiet. It's nothing but that. It's almost perfect Undead versus Night Elf. Now we go into map 4. It is match points for 1-2-0, and it's Northern Isles.
Yeah, we saw like a lot of different builds already. Now the question is, what does LawLiet go into here this time? It seems like 1-2-0 was, if he didn't veto Terenas Stand, he was ready to play on it. He knew that there was going to be a Warden, so he seems to be ready for most of the stuff that LawLiet is going to throw at him. And it doesn't feel like those games came down to builds. Like, I mean, maybe game 1, it was like overly ambitious to try and expo towards an opponent. But game 2 and 3 was down to execution, and execution is what 1-2-0 is known for. So maybe LawLiet needs to try to focus more on his builds, like trying to get some sort of lead from that. But it's hard. Like, what do you go for? 1-2-0 is ready for everything.
Yeah, by the way, we have seen Demon first, Alchemist first, Warden first. This could be the 4th different starting hero in a row. It could be a keeper first, although I haven't seen it too much from LawLiet recently. LawLiet's going to be hard to predict in that way. Northern Isles at how he before took out Happy with the Warden there as well. Is that still a possibility, or has LawLiet given up on the Warden after that last game?
That's the big question here. It feels like it's a lot about the early mid-game. If LawLiet can pick up speed in the early mid-game, then he can take it home. If not, 1-0 is just rock solid and can't be broken in the later stages. That's what Undead are known for. Big, strong, heavy tier 3, and especially the Abominations are really, really hard to crack. So maybe you can get that mid-game advantage with the Keeper of the Grove. It's match points on Northern Isles. Things are heating up here in DreamHack Fall. Who's gonna make it into the semifinals? Important matches. In the bottom left, we got 1-2-0, one map away from the top 4. LawLiet, can he force a game 5?
And with what hero is he gonna do it? Ghoul build, by the way. Gonna talk about that in a second. But first, Altar of Elders. Who is gonna be called to the Night Elf side to protect nature and the trees? Keeper it is!
Okay. It is again a little Moon-esque, isn't it? Having so many first heroes to his chest. Not playing the same hero twice. I wonder what would possibly happen on a map 4, but let's not get 5, but let's not get ahead of ourselves. Keeper on Northern Isles against the DK.
Ghoul build has many options, but nowadays, especially in the hands of 1-2-0, it's mostly fast expansion. And guess what? Acolyte is not moving out to scout, but is rather staying down here, looking very much like an expansion indeed. Normally, Keeper can be pretty good against expansion when hunts come in and glaives and so on, but at the very first harass, just summoning a few treants sometimes isn't that impactful. This is going to be really crucial how the early game execution is going to look and how the scouting is going to be. Wisp, of course, will need to see this. The Keeper should be level 2 fast, though, and with that, he's going to have more than just treants to harass the Expo.
Exactly. Greater healing can stay in with this harass a little longer. Not the item he was looking for, probably. So the Wisp is ready. He sees the ghouls move over, and he should be able to confirm the Acolyte as well. Power leveling with Coil. Oh, of course. What is this? Hunter's Hall. He sees the Expo switching to Hunters immediately.
No detonates coming in.
Not yet. Here we go. DK is already at 50%.
Okay, getting good experience over here. DK now almost level 2. One more kill. So, Keeper, how much can he do? He's got plenty of mana still remaining. Going
Tangle.
for the ghouls.
Right. Yeah, he wants experience, I guess.
Aren't those the easiest to replace?
They also, we can coil them for sure. Nutrients versus skeletons. Archers are coming in. The full potential, sweet coil, the full potential of LawLiet won't be reached until, I don't know, a minute from now? With hunts and a second engine of war. This will take some time. He's giving up a lot of HP already, knowing that he has the potion. How much longer can he do something, though, as he's running out of mana?
Can he get that Zigo kill? Not really, right?
Nope.
But
Very.
he killed the Acolyte, so the Haunted is indeed delayed. Waiting for that crystal ball. And that might be an archer kill. Keeper took a lot of damage. It's going to take a lot of juice to heal up again.
He can just use the potion and then replenish mana. But of course, that's not what you want, really. We see Ultravision, we see Huntress. Big pressure coming towards 1-0. He knows. Has a tower up, but very, very hurt. Also, very low on lumber. Very, very, very low on lumber, and that's due to the fact that he just tagged.
Yeah, he's going for the little switcheroo. He pretends to go for an expansion and then changes course, reminding me very much of Craft games. And this could be a brilliant play, because LawLiet is super heavy committed to tier 1.
Yeah.
He's got an early game hero. He's playing an early game strategy. He's not teching. He's playing a lot of wisps from the main. He's missing lumber. And then 1-0 is just teching behind it.
This is big. This is a big misread by LawLiet. Our champion of summer facing elimination. Lots of ghouls here. Should be able to defend. Surrounds always a possibility. LawLiet is trying to creep up a little. Gather this item. Replenishment potion. Okay, not the impact he wanted to. I think he was hoping for a lightning shield. But here we go. Ghouls surround.
Yeah, very unfortunate end snare there. The ghouls are coming in. The wisps, I mean. For a detonate. Nicely played. Lots of mana drained as well. 2 ghouls taken out. Keeper low mana now as well. Oh, that Huntress should be able to get away. We can see the early game strength of the Huntresses. They are indeed very good right now. But the question will be the scaling later on. 1-0 is going for a graveyard. Would have almost expected a second crypt here for Gargs, but no, just single crypt.
Moving into Fiends then, maybe? Or this weird one-base Garg play that a couple of Chinese undead seem to be big fans of. But I don't think that's gonna be enough. Entangle kills. He needs more of these.
Yeah, LawLiet is really good at transitioning out of hunts. That's something that a lot of Night Elves have trouble with when the Huntresses expire their value in the mid-game, but LawLiet is a master at still doing something with them while he can. He's still not teching, though.
Yeah.
He's still not expanding.
Yeah, he's also
Is he
supply
just trying
stuck.
to brute force this main base?
He's also supply stuck, though. Can't go for more. Maybe towers. Maybe APs. We've seen this before by Moon. We've seen this by Foggy. Attempted. Only Moon was able to make it work.
Here are the wisps. Okay. He's putting his tournament life on the line. Oh, entangle, surround on the DK.
No
Does he get
TP.
out? No way. Oh, he has another entangle in a second.
Wisp block. Can't detonate here. Entangle is going through. But the way to the shop is freed. And there's potions now. Lich is coming. Pressure on the altar. AP's coming as well. If you could take out the crypt, that would be massive.
He's not repairing the altar.
He's
Now
focusing
he
on
is.
the altar. It's of course hard. Bouncing glaives will do damage here. Not committing fully. Retreating a little bit. Take the fight to the ghouls.
1 AP is coming up. It
But the
seems like.
The Hunts are losing a lot of HP here. But so are the ghouls. Not gonna be easy for any of them. Not fully
Lich.
mining. Lich is
Here's
out.
the Lich. We have Nova now, and the rods can be juggled between the heroes for mass skeletons. When the AP is getting cancelled! Complete disaster for LawLiet.
One step further for the semi-final for 1-0. The big push is held. And now what? You said he's great at transitioning out of hunts, but he's still tier 1. What do? LawLiet scans... 1-0 is scanning for it. Sees it. Alright. Nothing to fear. I got my dual hero. I got my statues. One fiend, by the way, stuck in the trees. What's left? What's left for LawLiet?
Yeah, this is a desperate situation. If he expands right now, it feels like it's too late already. He's going for scrolls. Seems like he's going to try with one more big push. The DK doesn't have a TP. If he gets an entangle kill on that one and play from there, that might be his one way to do it.
Yeah, it's a little greedy playing without potions, without a DK. But there's also no alchemist. That makes, of course, hero kills a lot harder. Finally tier 2 by LawLiet, but we are 8 minutes 30 in.
I love the single Garg for scouting. And he saw that there's a scroll. It's kind of suspicious that LawLiet wants to... Wait, didn't he go for a scroll? I thought I saw one. I guess he didn't.
Maybe he used it already? I don't know.
Yeah, he used it. It was low.
Oh yeah, true.
Okay.
Keeper now level 4. But 1-0 is pretty aggressively in here. And this is now him exposing himself to that hero kill. Losing the Lich would be recoverable, but losing the DK, that's the one way that 1-0 loses this game. Nice, Nova. Slowing down the Keeper to make sure that doesn't happen.
And he's in sharp range once again. He will probably survive this. Another coil, another kill. And this keeps on happening. That's 3 hunts down. It's not supposed to happen, just like this Keeper kill. Potion committed. 1 Ziggurat down, so 1-0 supply stock. Can't go for more. Adds more pressure. A hero kill after a Ziggurat kill now would of course be the best thing possible.
Alright, he gets the cancel. 1-0 is trying to make this expensive. But Lich doesn't have mana. The DK very low as well. Gargs are doing a decent job, but the Fiend's having a tough time. Keeper hunts.
Yeah.
Is it really possible? The OC strat.
America influencing Asia. This is what this is. Expansion as well.
Yeah. Okay, here's the transition. Going Expo and going Tier 2. Keeper is finally transitioning into somewhat better of a late game. But 1-0, it's going towards Tier 3.
It's gonna take some time, and Tier 2 is coming. So, what's the strat? Playing air? Playing mass ferries? We haven't seen that yet. Maybe for good reason, because one of the best anti-Night Elf air players in the world is 1-0. Oh, and he gets a Mana Stone.
Mana Stone. Ooh, boy. That's a pretty good one.
Continues with Gargs, huh?
Interesting game. 1-0, once Tier 3 is done, he could go for the expansion again. And playing 2-base against the Keeper, that's the dream. Where the Undead scales so much better.
Gargoyles.
Zapper comes in to kill the Nerup. That's kind of an expensive kill. He could have just right-clicked it down, but I guess this way it's faster.
Yeah, and 1-0 is still at 40. This seems to be a very high priority for LawLiet to constantly kick this 1 or 2 Ziggurats. Especially at the expansion. So it's not protected, and he can't go above 40. This might be the time for LawLiet to get a little bit of a supply lead. We have Tier 2, by the way. We have no second hero, no Tier 2 production. Demon Hunter it is, and Lores.
Alright, getting ready for the better late game. The Demon Hunter, the late game hero, the expansion, the late game play, and with the Lores, I guess Dryad's coming in. Ideally, LawLiet would like to have Tier 3, but doesn't have the resources for that right now. With a Shredder, he's going to have plenty of gold soon. But 1-0's Tier 3 might be coming online earlier. We have the Lich now with the Orb. Heroes looking decent, but the army size for 1-0 is still quite small. It's mostly these Gargs.
Very interesting, right? 4 Gargs, yet going into a couple of Fiends.
Players' forces are under attack.
Where's the balance there? I mean, the Gargs will definitely fall off. They're not as strong as Fiends are. But if there's no anti-air, why not? You just
Gargs stole the last of the level 4 creep.
Yes, of course he did.
The Demon needs to level. Getting the ring is really good to help with his survivability. Level 1 Demon with a naked inventory dies extremely fast. Third hero for 1-0 at the tavern, Dark Ranger.
Okay. No expansion anymore. 1-0 stays on 1 base.
Are under attack.
We do have the Orb.
Destroyer.
We do have the third hero. We do have Destroyers.
Yeah. Destroyer form just finished, and now 1-0 is confident to move in more aggressively. Little green camp for a bit more experience. Oh my god, is that actually double level up? He's definitely very close. DK4 and Lich 3, both a massive deal. He needs one more wisp for the double level up.
7 and 1 XP. Red spot for LawLiet. His expansion is under attack. That's the Lich. 4-3-1. New skeletons. He doesn't have Nature's Blessing. This is very, very, very attackable. Does he have the time to creep this red spot in full? Level 2 Demon Hunter. He wants the item, of course. There is a TP only on the Keeper, but the Keeper isn't here. Needs to staff and then TP.
He has to give up the Expo. His army was too weak, especially the Demon was too weak. Expo falls. Good attack by 1-2-0. Now LawLiet has to try to stabilize on 1 base. Item is Hood of Cunning, which is not that good. Waiting for his Tier 3.
What's left in the tank? He's fighting for survival here, nothing less. Second Slaughterhouse Disease Cloud. It's time for the big boys.
Now 1-2-0 says, okay, you want to drag out this game? You want to go late game? I'm getting ready with you. My heroes are getting stronger. I'm going to get Disease Cloud, which is really good. I have my Destroyer tech already. Having Gargs rather than Fiends isn't the greatest, but neither is having Huntresses. So they're both kind of, yeah, not with their perfect armies yet. Might get there later. The Dark Ranger choice, good against the Hunts. Against the rest, she's kind of okay. But she's always, you know, a ranged unit doing more damage than a Fiend. Especially towards the Demon Hunter. Alright, LawLiet, if you manage to bring back this game, going Hunts all in into transition, losing the expansion, this would be the true mastery.
Yeah. It's gonna be very, very rough though. We're getting it to tier 3. Shop is coming as well. Garg still scouting so much. The Wisp does the same. 1-0 getting ready for 70 supply. Do we have upgrades? Last game, no upgrades. This game, no upgrades. Hunter's getting glaives. Okay. Level 2 Dark Ranger. Inventories for both are pretty good. LawLiet knows about this. Level 5 Keeper, level 3 Demon Hunter. The levels are there now.
Coming in for the Creep Jack at the red camp, but 1-0 is going to get the item. Legion Doomhorn. Not that great, of course. Bit of gold. And now the Huntresses will feel the pain. The Nova coming in. Demon Hunter needs to do a good job burning. And the DK is kind of dry already. Of course, does have items here with the Mana Stone and everything.
Hunters are falling quickly against the piercing damage, but it feels like 1-0 is forced into a TP. Yep, can't kite anymore. Takes one Huntress with them. And not too many losses for 1-0. He stays at 60. Of course, you want to rotate out of Huntress, but this is also a lot of experience fed to the undead, and that's the last thing you wanna do.
Yeah, great control there again by 1-0, not losing anything. Well, he lost mana, and I guess that does matter.
And the TP.
Forgot about one A-bomb in the main.
Sentry
And
Ward
expansion attempt coming up again. Wisp sees this instantly. Lots of gold on the Night Elf side. 1-0, not too much left. He spent it all, trying to make sure he gets up this expo.
Okay, now he checked that the Abomination is missing as well. Reunites with the rest of the pack. Marketplace comes into play, and he purchases... Don't think so.
Nope.
No claw. There's a Sobi Mask. There's a big
Everything's
mana.
pretty expensive in here. No
Yeah.
cheap claws that you can stack up on.
Yeah, especially when you just invested into an expo, it would be quite brave to buy stuff like that. Resistant skin, hardened skin, MG transition, 40 supply only, and another expansion attempt is getting shut down in seconds.
Yeah, 0 chance of LawLiet to do anything right now. He has lost all map control. 1-0, extremely strong. So strong, in fact, that perhaps he should push into the Night Elf main. But then again, that might be the one way for him to give away his advantage.
Yeah, he's fine, I guess. Trying to set up the expansion. As long as he keeps having map control in the middle of the map and gets some invols, then he's very, very fine. He's scaling better.
Oh, this might be a cancel. I think it's too late, actually. Is it?
Ooh, a Sapper would be amazing now. Haunted is finishing. Needs to commit a lot to this. This will be a lot of kills. The piercing damage is reaching the Dryads. Normal damage and hero damage against the Haunted Goldmine, so he gets the kill eventually. At what cost, though? Can he just walk out? Like two Dryads or so.
That wasn't too bad.
Buys time for the MGs.
1-0 doesn't need all that gold right now. He doesn't need to reproduce. He's still looking totally fine.
But that's definitely a big win condition for 1-0. If he's going 2 ways, 1 base, then this is knockout, lights out for LawLiet. So preventing this was absolutely worth it. Still stays at 50. Dryads almost home. Okay. What's next? No 80 supplies. Still no upgrades, right? Nope.
Why is he not getting upgrades? He's sitting at 70 out of 70. 1-0 is. I guess maybe he feels his army is split half between A-bombs and half between destroyers and fiends, and then he can't get good value. I don't know.
Time to pimp the Lich now. Robe of the Magi.
Again,
That's what it's
relying on
for.
heroes, like Todd said in the Terenas game.
Never change a winning team. situations. LawLiet banking a lot, trying to stay in no upkeep for as long as humanly possible. 2 bears hidden. One of this very low on mana. There's still redo though. It's more time for the expo. Will it finally work? This is the 3rd time.
Zero now, feeling strong enough to push into the base, or perhaps purely distraction for his expo.
Looks like it. He's also rebuilding Gogs, right? So he has at least like 3 of them, 2, 3. Draining so much Moon Juice!
Oh!
Invo Potion, maybe Moon Juice so far keeps him alive. Double shot, by the way. Needs the heal potion, gets it. There's no coil anymore. Could consume the Mana Stone for it.
Shredder taken up, but I guess he did his job. There's enough lumber here for the light for the rest of the game. Waiting for the bottom 3rd. She's supposed to bring in the 3rd Orb of Venom. But, well, the shops are getting taken out. Orb for you.
She could also just pop in a matter of seconds. Oh, it's getting close, but there's no resources for this orb now. Get some attention off of it, but the Gogs can easily do it. The Bears can't really reach. This position is horrible. 1-0. He's just owning this Night Elf base.
Mana starting to drop low, but perfect positioning on the DK. Well, until now, he was staying in the back very, very well. 1-0 says, okay, I did enough. I'm going to TP out now, losing a bit more, but still a massive army for the Undead. 52 only left for LawLiet.
Oh, yeah. More and more punches that connect with LawLiet. 20 supply lead for the Undead. Expo lead for the Undead. Level lead for the Undead. And a very, very, very squishy bottom. I don't see her surviving for too long.
Yeah, and even if she does, is her impact really that high? She's got an aura for Dryads, which is like meh.
It's seriously carrying an orb, but this is the 2nd out of 3. He kind of needs 3 orbs.
And now perfect defensive position for 1-0. He's got a tower coming up in the back. He's on Blight. He's got a shop there. He's got 80 supply.
It's looking grim for the champion. He was flawless going into this quarterfinal. 4-0. Katka's Pipe, Warsong Battle Drums, Unholy Aura. Unholy Aura would be amazing for LawLiet down the road, but he has to catch up in supply. He needs a 3rd orb. He can't afford it.
A player's forces are under
Gets 1 kill here, but the Dryads are not ready. Dryads need to reunite with the army.
He just bought a Katka's Pipe.
Wow.
And,
Wow.
you know, it's expensive, 500 gold, but it's also the best item on the map.
Yeah. In the
So,
game,
worth
pretty
it.
much.
That DK mana region looking quite juicy. And that's before statues.
Yep. Statues will be very, very happy about that as well. This might be the final fight for LawLiet's tournament. 1-0, pushing into the semis.
Bear front line getting chipped away at. Good micro on the destroyers. The Dryads a little late to the party. Couldn't dispel. Entangle finding some kills, but also getting denied. The Lich still tons of mana left. DK's getting burned, but he's got the mana stone if he needs it. Demon in trouble as well. Invul Potion keeps him safe for a little bit. Focus now on the Death Knight, but quick always with the Dispel against the Entangle. 1-0 is ready for absolutely everything. HP is starting to drop low. A-bombs might be in a bit of trouble, but so is the Mountain Giant. Nova coming in, right-clicks DK level 5. And now, behold the hero nuke. At the moment, only being used defensively. DK somehow, throughout all of this, still has the Mana Stone intact, by the way. And more kills going 1-0's way. Almost doubling up on supply now. Demon is back in the mix. Rejo did a decent job, but the Bears, man, the Bears just have no chance. Now he's surrounded. Now he might truly be dead. Or is there a staff? There is! He's right over there at the Tree of Eternity. He has to be careful. Can't heal up at the Moonwells. Another kill for LawLiet. He's getting a few A-bombs. There's not too many units left, but it's still the heroes for 1-0. It's still the heroes. How can you ever kill the heroes? It doesn't look like he can.
100% series 1-0. No or barely any mistakes in these games. This is looking really scary. and just pitch black for LawLiet. Gets a double kill. Beautiful execution. All hope lost now. He's trying with the hero focus, but there's absolutely no follow-up. Another Nova connects, right-clicks, and again, it's a coil to seal the deal 3 times in a row. Semi-final goes to 1-2-0.
What a match between the two. Are we finally gonna get an undead champion here in Asia? I mean, it happens sometimes, but it feels like it's a rarity in